I think there's been rumors of what started. So let's talk about the fire this weekend, Judge.
All right. I've heard the report. I haven't confirmed exactly how that fire started, but the report that I've heard is it started from a welder building fence on the Road Ranch. I don't think there's any doubt that that's where the fire started, was on the Rhodes Ranch. It did progress, towards the river, and has threatened several homes. We've lost no structures. I don't think we've lost any livestock. I'm sure there's a potential that there's some cattle somewhere got pinned up, but we haven't confirmed that yet. A lot of state resources here, lots of volunteers, lots of good support from the community for food, for shelter, for housing, for out of county fire departments that are here from various parts of the state. So really great response from that standpoint. Obviously, the question comes up about fireworks.
Let's talk about the fireworks. That's
right
what people are hammering me.
Sure.
Why are they not putting a ban on fireworks? Talk about what your jurisdiction even allows for you guys to do.
Right. So on fireworks, we had on June the 15th is the date which Commissioners Court can take action on fireworks, but our KBDI, which is the index of the ground moisture, the grass moisture, how much moisture there is, we had to be at 575 and we were at 523. I'm sorry, maybe in 536, I forget the exact number, but we were below that. We were statutorily, we could not. When I say statutory, I mean the law didn't allow us to do that at that time. We still countywide are not at 575. Even as bad as this seems, we're still just not there. But that doesn't mean that I issued a disaster declaration for the fire on Saturday. I didn't include the fireworks in there because it is complicated to make that happen and our conditions weren't there. But the main reason that I didn't do that is because as soon as we issue that declaration, we have 60 hours that it's in effect, and that's it. And then we have to request that to go up through the Department of Emergency Management, the Division of Emergency Management, to the chief, and he will the chief of TDM, to make a request to the governor and make a recommendation. Our criteria that they have to go by, we really don't meet that right now. And as much as I would like to, everybody's like, it's dry, it's hot, I get that, but we have to go with the numbers from the Forestry Service and from the National Weather Service. So those numbers, it's just a tough situation. So I've talked to the county attorney, I have talked to one of our commissioners about it. I have talked to representatives from TDM. I've talked to my emergency management coordinator. I've talked to individuals on this fire, the Dempsey Fire. And if we issue that ban today, it's Monday, the 27th day of June, if we issue that today, we get 60 hours. If the governor doesn't extend that, then it expires at the end of that 60 hours, and I can't do it again. I can't just up it every time. I can't do that. And so then we'll end up with a situation where we will run out of those 60 hours before the 4th of July even gets here. Well, that doesn't seem like the best choice for us at this time. So I'd like for people to realize that just because we haven't done it today doesn't mean that we're not considering it, and we are evaluating what is in the best interest of the county as a whole with this statutory limitation that we have. We can't just break the law and do whatever we want to do. We have to play by the law, and so we work within those confines, but I think there's a way for us to maximize that to the best benefit of Palo County. So if you have any questions, please ask
what
me.
message do we need to get out to people in the county about fireworks? I mean, what do you want to tell people? Your hands are tied at the moment.
Yes, ma'am. We have some resources, but they're, as far as those declarations are concerned, but they're limited, and the scope of that 60 hours really puts us in a situation where we don't want to use our 60 hours up and then still end up short of really being able to curtail the potential of
because
fires.
you have to wait on the governor to say, okay, we'll extend it for him, and we don't meet those numbers, so he would. You don't even know.
I don't even know, and I'm not, and that's not a knock on
Right.
TDM or the governor. I mean, there is a criteria and a standard. We can't just do whatever we want to do. We have to do what the law says, and we will endeavor to do that. But your question was specifically just now. What would you? Can you?
What messages should you be putting out to citizens of Palo Pinto County?
So I've had a couple of vendors in Palo Pinto County who sell fireworks. One of them specifically said they're not selling fireworks this year because of the conditions. I've had another one who has told me that they will pull all their sticks and fins, rockets, and try to mitigate that, stuff just flying around and, setting fires on the neighbor's property type stuff. And they have not opened their fireworks stands yet. Obviously, we do have some that have, and we've got other counties nearby, and those fireworks stands are open. So us banning the sale, if that would be helpful in a drought situation to curtail fires, but it won't prevent people from getting them and coming into the county. Banning fireworks, obviously there again, banning the sale of them and the use of them is beneficial, but then at the same time, it doesn't keep people from coming and doing it. It just makes it gives law enforcement an opportunity to stop it. So, I mean, if I could say something to the citizens of Palo Pinto County, don't buy them and don't shoot them. I mean, that's the short answer to the fix of the problem, is be responsible for your neighbors and the rest of the community, and be safe and be careful. I mean, that's the best thing that we can do all the way around. Having said that, I think there is very high potential that the Commissioner's Court will renew my declaration that I signed on Saturday sometime this week in connection with the 60 hours, and also add into that potentially be up to the Commissioner's Court as a whole. But I'm anticipating that there's great potential that the renewal of that disaster declaration will include prohibiting the sale and use of fireworks.